You finally hit it. $100,000 sitting right there in your account. And you know what's funny? You'd think you'd feel amazing, relieved, ready. But instead, you just feel kinda stuck. Nobody prepares you for this part. Everyone talks about saving the first 100K. Hustle, cut expenses, grind. Sure, okay. But then what? Here's the thing. Most people reach this number and they freeze, right when momentum matters most. And that freeze, it costs them decades. My name is Ricky, and I spend way too much time thinking about money. If you just hit that first big savings milestone and you're sitting there wondering, okay, now what? You're in the right place. Hit subscribe. And if this helps you out, drop a thumbs up. It genuinely means a lot. Okay, so let's be real for a second. You worked hard to get here. Like, really hard. Maybe it took 3 years. Maybe 5. Maybe you skipped vacations, drove the same beat-up car, said no to dinners when everyone else was living it up. And now you've got it. And honestly, it feels weird. Because here's what nobody tells you. Reaching this number doesn't come with instructions. There's no notification, no guide. Nobody calls you and says, hey, congratulations, here's your next move. So what do most people do? They just sit on it. The money sits in a regular savings account, earning maybe 0.5% interest, maybe less. And meanwhile, inflation is running around 3 to 4% per year. So every single month, that money is quietly losing value. And that's the painful part, right? You did everything right to get here, but now doing nothing is actually moving you backward. Here's the thing. That fear of messing it up makes complete sense. $100,000 is real money. It took real sacrifice, and the idea of losing it feels devastating. But if you let that fear run the show, it becomes the very thing that keeps you stuck. And staying stuck at 100K when you could be at 200 or 500, that's not safe. That's actually the risky move. Most people never even realize that's happening to them. All right, let's talk about the belief that's quietly holding people back. Most people think that once you have a solid chunk saved, the smart move is to protect it, guard it, keep it safe. And I get where that comes from. You worked for it. Losing it would hurt. But here's the reframe I want you to sit with. Money sitting still is not safe. It's shrinking. Let me say that again. Money that isn't working is losing value every single year. If you have $100,000 in a regular savings account at 0.5% interest, after 10 years, you have around $105,000. Sure, but if inflation averaged just 3.5% during that same period, your purchasing power is now worth closer to $70,000. You didn't lose money on paper, but you absolutely lost ground in real life. Here's what most people don't realize. Wealth isn't just about accumulation, it's about momentum. And momentum requires movement. The people who go from 100K to 500K, not smarter, not luckier. They just made one shift. They stopped thinking like savers and started thinking like investors. That shift changes everything. The decisions you make, the accounts you use, the way you look at risk. So the question isn't, how do I protect my 100K? The real question is, how do I put this 100K to work? That's where things start to get really interesting. Okay, 7 things. Let's get into it. Number 1, build your emergency fund first. And here's why this matters more than people think. Marcus had $80,000 invested, doing everything right. Then his transmission blew out. $4,200 repair bill. He didn't have liquid cash, so he sold investments to cover it. During a market dip, he locked in a loss he never had to take. Don't be Marcus. 3 to 6 months of expenses in a high-yield savings account, earning 4 to 5% right now. Liquid, safe, untouched. On $20,000 set aside, that's $800 to $1,000 per year just sitting there working. And when life happens, and it will, you don't have to touch your investments. Number 2, kill high-interest debt. And here's what genuinely frustrates me about this one. People carry credit card debt at 22% interest and simultaneously ask me what stocks to buy. There is no investment that reliably returns 22% per year. Paying off that debt is your best investment. Full stop. Every dollar of high-interest debt you eliminate is a guaranteed return. No market risk, no volatility, just math. Number 3, max out your tax-advantaged accounts. And this one wants me to shake people. You know what the average person leaves on the table? Their full employer 401k match. Free money, literally free. Your employer says put in 5% and we'll match it, and people just don't. Over 30 years, that's $150,000 gone because they were too lazy to click 3 buttons on a website. In 2024, you can contribute up to $23,000 to a 401k and $7,000 to an IRA. That's $30,000 per year, growing either tax-free or tax-deferred. Use every legal advantage you have. Number 4, invest in index funds, but do it smart. Now, here's what everyone's going to tell you. Diversify immediately, spread it across 20 things. And eventually, sure, but at 100K, you don't need maximum diversification yet. Here's the truth nobody says out loud. Diversification is a strategy for protecting wealth you've already built. At this stage, picking 2 or 3 solid index funds and going focused might actually serve you better than spreading thin across everything. Something like a total market fund or S&P 500 index fund. Low fees, wide exposure, historically around 7 to 10% average annual return over long periods. Diversify more as the pile grows. For now, pick your lane. Number 5, consider real estate. Not saying go buy a rental property tomorrow morning, but the conversation becomes realistic here. A $100,000 down payment in the right market, generating $1,500 in rent against $1,100 in mortgage and expenses, that's $400 per month cash flow, $4,800 per year, plus potential appreciation over time. Not passive, not guaranteed, but real, and it pays you every month. Number 6, invest in yourself. This one gets skipped constantly, and it drives me crazy. If spending $2,000 on a certification or skill upgrade increases your income by $10,000 per year, that's a 500% return. No stock market gives you that consistently. Your earning power right now is your single most valuable financial asset. Growing it is just as important as any investment account, maybe more. Number 7, watch the lifestyle creep. This is the trap nobody talks about. You finally feel rich after hitting 100K, so things shift. You upgrade the apartment, get a nicer car. Dinners out become normal again. And before you know it, you're back near zero, with a better Instagram feed. The real milestone isn't saving 100K. It's keeping your lifestyle steady while your investments grow. That gap between what you earn and what you spend, that's where wealth actually lives. Let me tell you about 2 people, Diana and Kevin. Same age, 28, both hit 100K around the same time. Kevin felt great about it, kept everything in a regular savings account, told himself he'd figure out investing later. Cautious, careful, didn't want to make mistakes. Diana was nervous too. She didn't have all the answers, but she did something Kevin didn't. She decided. She set up her emergency fund in a high-yield savings account, maxed her Roth IRA, put the rest into a simple 3-fund portfolio, automated $400 per month going forward, and then she basically forgot about it. Fast forward 15 years, Kevin has around $110,000. His account barely kept pace with inflation. He didn't lose anything on paper, but he didn't build anything either. Diana's portfolio, $420,000. And here's how she got there. 100K starting, $400 per month added for 15 years at 8% average annual return. She didn't get lucky. She just did the math and waited. Same starting point, same income range, completely different outcome. Diana isn't a financial genius. She just made specific decisions early and let time do the heavy lifting. Okay, I want to stop here for a second, because here's something most people completely ignore when they hit this milestone. The money stuff, it's actually the easier part. I know, that sounds backwards. Stay with me. The real challenge at this stage is psychological, because once you have meaningful money, the stakes feel higher. Every decision feels heavier.
And that pressure leads people to do one of two things. Either they freeze, don't move at all because they're scared of losing it, or they overreact, chase something exciting because 100K suddenly feels small and they want more, fast. Both responses are driven by emotion, not logic. Here's what most people don't realize. The investors who consistently build wealth over decades aren't the ones who found the best stock. They're the ones who managed their own behavior the best. They didn't panic sell in 2008. They didn't chase crypto at the peak in 2021. They just stayed boring and consistent. Fidelity actually ran an analysis of their best performing accounts. You know what they found? The top performers belonged to people who had either forgotten about them or died. Let that sink in. The best results came from doing almost nothing, just letting time and compounding work quietly in the background.
So if you're feeling the urge to do something complicated or exciting with your 100K, that's actually the signal to slow down. Go back to basics. Trust the boring. Here's the mindset shift that changes everything at this stage. Stop measuring your wealth in dollars. Start measuring it in time. Because $500,000 sounds like a big number, but is it rich? Depends entirely on your life. If your monthly expenses are $3,000, that $500,000 represents 13 years of complete financial freedom. 13 years where you don't have to work if you don't want to, where you can take risks, start something, recover from anything. That is what rich actually feels like. Not a number, a runway. So every financial decision you make from here, ask yourself one question. Does this buy me more time or does it cost me time? That one filter makes every decision clearer than any spreadsheet ever could. You've got the moves, but here's what actually matters underneath all of it. The math is simple. It always was. The hard part is behavior, staying consistent when markets dip, staying humble when they're up, ignoring the noise long enough to let compounding actually work. The people who win at this aren't doing anything exotic. They're doing the boring things repeatedly for a very long time. That's it. That's the whole secret. And the scary part? Most people know this. They've heard it before. But knowing and doing are two completely different things. The ones who actually get there, they close the gap between those two. $100,000 is not a destination. It's a launch pad. What you do in the next 12 months matters more than the last 5 years of saving. The systems you build now, the habits you lock in, they compound just like money does. So take your time, make a plan, and then trust the process. If this video helped you think differently about your money, hit subscribe. I put videos like this out every single week because more people deserve to understand this stuff. Next week, I'm breaking down exactly how to pick index funds without getting it wrong. Most people overcomplicate this completely. You don't want to miss it. Drop your questions in the comments. I read every single one. All right, I'll see you in the next one.